Okay, so Bezrat Hashem, now we're going to be teaching Hilchot Deot, 5th chapter. One moment, yes. So this chapter deals with the way in which Talmid Chacham needs to act and behave, how Talmid Chacham needs to look in his ways, and more on that. Okay, Halacha Aleph. כשם שחכם ניכר בחוכמתו ודעותיו ומובדל בהן משאר העם, כך צריך שיהיה ניכר במעשיו. So the same way a Chacham is different in his demeanor than and in his behavioral habits than other people, that way he is supposed to be different in his actual actions than other people. במאכלו ובמשקהו ובבעילתו ובעשיית צרכיו ודיבורו ובהילוכו ומלבושו ובחלקול דבריו. No, he needs to be different in all ways of life, to drinking, and so on and so forth. And the way he acts needs to be perfect, beautiful ways of conduct and behavior. Utmost derech eres. Halacha bet. Kesad. Tamid hachamim lo yihye gargera, ela ochel ma'achal ra'ui lehavot gufo. ולא יאכל ממנו אכד עשה. תמיד חכם, a fast eater. Okay? He shouldn't be somebody who eats too much. He should be somebody who eats just what he needs. ולא יהיה רודף למלות בטנו כאלו שמתמלאים ממאכל ומשקה שתפס כרסן. And he should not be one of these people that are always running after the to fill their stomach. ועליהם מפורש בקבלה וזרעתי and it says about these people in the book of Malachi, and I will spread dung upon your faces, the dung of your holidays. And Chachamim said on this, Amiru Chachamim elu bnei adam she'ochilim v'shotin v'osin kol yemei hachagim. These people that are spoken about in the book of Malachi are those who make all their days like Hagim, and therefore spread is dung on their face. Very, blunt pasuk. Halacha Gimel. And these are the same people who say, eat and drink, for tomorrow we will die. And these people, this is the ma'achal, this is the way that the wicked act, and these tables of wicked people of always eating are those same tables that Yeshayahu speaks about and says, For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, there is no place clean. אבל, החכם אינו אוכל אלא תבשיל אחד או שניים, ואוכל ממנו כדי חייו ודיו. הוא שאמר שלמה, צדיק אוכל לשובע נפשו. But this Chacham, he doesn't eat too much, he eats in the right amount, only to fill his physical needs, okay, not to feel his temptation. And the Chacham Shlomo HaMelech said in the book of Proverbs, the righteous eateth to satisfy his soul. Halacha Dalet. כשהחכם אוכל מעט, זה הראוי לו. לא יאכלנו אלא בביתו על שולחנו. לא יאכל בחנות ולא בשוק, אלא לפי צורך גדול, כדי שלא יתגנה בפני הבריות. So a Chacham, when he eats, he shouldn't eat outside. When he eats this little that he's supposed to, he shouldn't eat outside, in the shuk, in the markets and so on. He should only eat in the house, in a humble way, hidden away. Because it's not respectable for Chacham to be seen eating outside like Amei Arasot, like people that do not know Torah. Like people who are, meaning, who don't mind to disrespect themselves in that way. And he shouldn't eat by those same people that we were speaking about previously in the Pesukim, that their tables are full of dung. And he shouldn't just allow himself to eat in any place, even, in other words, he has to eat in a specific place, even if it's with Chachamim, even if he's with other Chachamim. And he shouldn't eat where there's a lot of people as well. Also, even if he does eat out, okay, it should be in a se'udat mitzvah, in a meal of mitzvah, in a berit milah or a wedding or so on. שנשא בה תלמיד חכמים, and if he's eating in these סעודות מצווה, it's only going to be in a סעודת מצווה of virtuous people, okay, if it's in a wedding, it'll be of a daughter of a Talmid Chacham marrying a Talmid Chacham. והצדיקים החסידים הראשונים לא אכילו מעולם מסעודה שאינה שלהם. And also, the old sages, the Hasidim, they didn't eat from something that wasn't theirs ever. They always tried to eat from their own money. Halakha he. חכם שותה יין, אינו שותה אלא כדי לשרות אכילה שבמעיו. When a חכם drinks wine, he only drinks the food in his bowels. וכל המשתכר, הרי זה חוטא ומגונה ומפסיד חוכמתו. ואם משתכר בפני עמי הארץ, הרי זה חילל את השם. And anybody that gets intoxicated is a sinner, and he causes his משתכר בפני עמי drinks in front of Amei Arasot. In other words, those who do not know Torah, those who do not study and do not know Torah. And I'm just going to use the term Ama'aris from now on for these people. Somebody who does not study Torah, that is what it means. That's somebody who doesn't properly fulfill the precepts as well. So, he did what we call Hilul Hashem, and we studied this in Hilchot Yesodat Torah. What Hilul Hashem is, he is disgracing the name of Hashem. Ve'asur lishtot b'sahoraim va'afilu me'at. אלא אם היה בכלל האכילה, שהשתייה שבכלל האכילה אינה משחררת, ואין נזהרין אלא מיין שלאחר המזון. And also, a חכם shouldn't drink, he should only drink very little, and if he drinks a little more, if he wants to drink a bit, it should be only during the food, only when he eats his meal, because drinking while eating isn't as intoxicating. I mean, it does intoxicate a little, but it's not as intoxicating. And food after the meal is definitely much less intoxicating, and therefore you don't need to be careful with it as much. Of course, you still need to be careful not to get drunk. Halakha vav. Af al pi shel ishto shel adam. Now we're going to be talking about how a person acts with his wife. אף על פי שאשתו, חכם, obviously, אף על פי שאשתו של אדם מותרת לו תמיד, ראוי לו לתלמיד חכמים שינהיג עצמו בקדושה. Even though, מעיקר הדין, from the law permits a man to be with his wife whenever he wants. Of course, as long as she's not nidah or something along those lines. But, nevertheless, it is proper for a talmid chacham to demean himself with sanctity, right? ולא יהיה מסוי של לשתוק את התרנגול אלא מלילי שבת ללילי שבת אם יש בו כוח. And he should not be with his wife like a chicken who's always with the female chicken, but rather should be once a week מלילי שבת ללילי שבת, on the eve of Shabbat to the next eve of Shabbat if he can. וכשהוא מספר עמها לא יספר לו בתחילת הלילה כשהוא שבע ובטנו מלא, ולא בסוף הלילה כשהוא רעב, אלא באמצע הלילה כשיתעכל המזון שבמעיו. And also when he talks to his wife, when he converse with her only in the middle of the night, not when his stomach is full from the food, and not at the end of the night when he's hungry, but rather in the middle of the night when the food has entered his digestive tract in a good way. And also, by the way, this is the time when nobody can hear him talking, and it's also, so to speak, it's a type of sini'ut, it's a type of kiddusha of the hakam, not to be heard speaking with his wife like they have that at night.
Mechila, I just want to add that mesaper ima is a euphemism for the same thing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. So, as Yaakov said, halakha zayin. V'lo yakel rasho beyoter. V'lo yinabel et piv b'divrei hava. And also, when he's with his wife, he shouldn't be overly kal rosh, overly lightheaded, and shouldn't say things, emptiness, boisterous profanity of mouth, right, with vain. V'afilu beno levanan. Even though it's between themselves, nobody hears. Harehu omer b'Kabbalah. Magid la'adam. One moment. Magid la'adam masseho. Sorry. הרי הוא אומר בקבלה, מגיד לאדם מסחו, אמרו חכמים, אפילו שיחה קלה שבין איש לאשתו עתיד ליתן עליה את הדין. It says in the book of Amos, and he declareth unto man what his language is. And the sages, Hachamim, interpreted this, that even things, even the smallest account of indecent conversation of a man that he carries with his own wife, he will have to render on accounting. In other words, be careful. As we said previously, also, somebody shouldn't waste his words. The words are something very important. That was part of our Selem Elohim. Halakha He. ולא יהיו שניהם לא שיכורים ולא עצלנים ולא עצבנים ולא אחד מהם. Okay, and they shouldn't be drunk when they're together or lazy, right? One moment. Yes. So they shouldn't be drunk or lazy or hot-headed. And even one of them shouldn't be so when they're together. ולא תהיה ישנה ולא יאנוס אותה, and she shouldn't be sleeping, or one of the parties shouldn't be sleeping, and he shouldn't do anything to her against her will. He אינה עושה, in other words, if it's against her will, אלא ברצון שניהם ובשמחתם, but rather it should be from happiness of the two of them and from their will, from their own free will. יספר מעט וישחק עמה מעט, כדי שתתיישב נפשו, ויבעול בבושה ולא בעזות ויפרוש מיד. He should talk to her a little, so to speak, and then so he's calm, and then he does the relation bevusha velo be'azut, in embarrassment, and not in a haughty way, and immediately after yifrosh to cut himself off immediately, quickly, not to be in such a way for a long time. הלכה ט' כל הנוהג מנהג זה, לא די לו שקידש נפשו וטהר עצמו ותיקן דעותיו. Anybody who follows this conduct that was described previously, he didn't only sanctify his soul and be in a state of purity and improve his ideas, right? In other words, improve his demeanor and his behavioral actions. אלא שאם היו לו בנים הבין בנים נאינו וישנים. Rather, from this type of actions, a person, if he has children, if he has boys, they will be beautiful children, they will be baishanim, they will be modest, and they'll be prepared for wisdom and piety. And somebody who acts like the rest of the Am in his conduct with his wife, he will have children that are just like the rest of the Am, unmodest, unpious, and so on and so forth. Obviously, these halachot could be studied in a much deeper fashion. I'm just doing what the frame of this shi'ur allows. Halakha yod. Sini'ut gedola nohagim tamidei hachamim be'asman. Lo yitbazzu v'lo yigalu roshan v'lo gufan. So hachamim, the conduct that they treat themselves with is a very private one. They don't degrade themselves, and they don't uncover their heads and not their bodies. They don't walk around in an uncovered way. Rather, they cover themselves physically. Even when they enter the bathroom in a place where they're alone, they don't immediately uncover themselves, but rather they uncover themselves as soon as they sit, so that they are not uncovered even when they are alone. And they shall not clean themselves with the right hand, because the right hand is considered the more powerful, more dominant hand. And of course, there is more to that. And he shall, when he needs to relieve himself, he should go. Now, this is talking about in a case where there is no bet kiseh, where there is no bathroom, because the bathroom is designed in a way that allows some sort of privacy, right? But here we're talking about in a case where there is no bathroom, but rather the person is relieving himself. And in which place? Where is he relieving himself? So the following places. The way some people interpret this in a different way, but I can interpret it literally that if he's relieving himself within a cave, and meaning people used to do so, he shouldn't be in the outermost part of the cave, but rather should try to enter as deep in as possible. And we see Shaul HaMelech, he relieved himself in such a way. Whatever people, there are some people who may disagree with me on that point, but that is the common interpretation. V'nifnei sham, and he nifnei sham. In other words, in a place where nobody could see him, and he is kept private. And now, if a person is אחורי הגדר, in other words, behind some sort of wall or fence, okay, he goes to a place and it's a private place, right? He should make sure he's far enough from where human beings are so that his friend will not hear him when he sneezes. Now the bik'ah is a large place. A bik'ah is a plateau, not a plateau, a large one second, a trench. I mean, you could say a trench, place where there's big open space. He should go so far into out so that his friends, so that people will not be able to see his improper areas. And now, when a person is relieving himself, he shall not talk even for the most important of things, even for very important things. In the same way a Hacham acts in special modesty and privacy in the bathroom in the day, so he should act at night. And also, people should make sure to have a set time in which they relieve themselves, arvit shahrit, day and night, shahrit arvit, so that he doesn't end up going further than he wanted to, further than he should, and endanger himself. Has v'shalom. Halakha Yud Aleph. Moment. Okay. Talmid Chachamim, a Chacham, לא יהיה צועק ושובח בשעת דיבורו כבהמות וכחיות, ולא יגביה קולו ביותר אלא דיבורו בנחת עם כל הבריות. A Talmid Chacham, when he speaks, he shouldn't be noisy like animals, and he shouldn't raise his voice too much, but rather he should speak in a calm manner with all people. וכשידבר בנחת, ייזהר שלא יתרחק עד שיראה כדברי גסי הרוח. But when he speaks in a calm manner, he shouldn't speak in an overly calm manner, which will make him look like the unpolite, arrogant people. ומקדים לשלום כל אדם כדי שתהא רוחה נוחה ממנו, ודן את כל האדם לכף זכות. So also a Hacham has to always make sure to try to be the first to greet a person, so that their spirit is pleased with him, and he should also judge every person favorably, in a way, מספר בשבח חברו, ואינו מספר בגנותו כלל. He should always speak good of his friend, not speak ill, and not anybody, אוהב שלום ורודף שלום, love peace and run after peace. הלכה י"ב. אם ראה מקום שדבריו מועילים ונשמעים, אומר, ואם לאו, שותק. So, if a Chacham finds a place in which he sees that his words are appreciated and listened to, he speaks. ואם לאו, שותק. But if he's in a place in which he finds that speaking will not make any difference, will not do anything, he should shut up. He shouldn't speak. How? In which way? כיצד? לא ירסה חברו בשעת כעסו, ולא ישאל לו על נירו בשעה שנדר תו וינוח. So Harambam is giving us examples. So first example is, for instance, so if somebody's angry and you come and you start trying to make him feel good, or you start telling, oh, don't be angry, and so on and so forth, it's not going to help. This is a time in which words are useless. Angry. Also, somebody made a neder. Somebody who made a swear, who swore on something, and now he's looking to get his neder mutar. He's looking to annul his swear. Immediately after.
The example here, Joy, is someone who makes a nether that I'll never. It's a personal nether against you. So the way to annul it is by that person sort of forgiving you and saying, no, you know what? Yes, I am going to come to your house after all. So you should not ask him to annul his nether right after he's done it.
So this type of vow, so we're talking about personal vows. So as Yaakov said, not directly after the person made the vow. Don't try to annul it, but rather wait and let him calm down. And also, don't try to condole somebody when his deceased is right in front of him. He's in a terrible emotional state because he's very emotional until the guy gets buried. And all in things as such as this. Also, he should call up upon his friend when he sees instance of failure, but rather he should pretend to ignore it, to take his eye off it, and later on, when he gets a chance, he sees that his words will make a difference, he shall tell him about it. It says, we'll see that a little bit later on in Hilchot Deot. Halakha Yod Gimel. ולא ישנה בדיבורו, ולא יוסיף ולא יגרע, אלא בדברי שלום וכיוצא בהם. Now, this is a very important rule. A person must speak in an honest manner. So a Hacham, he shouldn't change his word. In other words, say one thing, kind of mean the other. Do not exaggerate, only unless it's in a situation in which you have to make peace between certain people, and if you do not change the way in which you speak, it will be less effective. So here we have but still there, you must speak in an honest way. You can't change the truth. You're letting exaggerate a little. כללו של הדבר, אינו מדבר אלא או בגמילות חסדים, או בדברי חוכמה וכיוצא בהם. And as a general rule, a Hacham should not speak unless he has words of wisdom or charity, or he's helping in some sort of charitable actions, and so on and so forth. ולא יספר משעה בשוק, אפילו אשתו, אחותו, ביתו. And also, a Hacham shouldn't be seen outside in a conversation with a woman on the street, even if she's her daughter. And I must say, in Hilchot Gezela va'Abeda, Perek Yud Dalet Halakha Yud Gimel, I'm quickly going to say this because it's very important. There are a few things which may how he bend his words. I'm eager to say it that way, bend, but in a sort of deceitful way. And it's 4 cases. The first one is, okay, so if he needs to make peace between people, right? Or in a case which he's trying to prevent embarrassment from himself. I'm not going to bring all the 4 cases, Mehila. Please, I commend anybody who wants to look at the 4 cases. Open Hilchot Gezela va'Abeda, Perek Yud Dalet Halakha Yud Gimel. I'm going to leave it here. In certain cases, when the Hacham may be embarrassed from certain things, he may, so to speak, change a little bit in his dibur and how he speaks. I'm going to leave it at that. Halakha Yud Dalet. לא יהלך תמיד חכם בקומה זקופה וגרון נטוי, כעניין שנאמר, ותלכנה נטויות גרון ומשקרות עיניים. ולא יהלך עקב בסד גודל בנחת כמו הנשים וגסי הרוח, כעניין שנאמר, הלוך ותפוף תלכנה וברגליהם תעקסנה. So a person shouldn't walk around, a Hacham obviously shouldn't walk around with his head high up in the air and his neck stretched out, like some aristocratic, arrogant person. And on these, Yeshaya Hanavi said, and they walk with stretched necks and want-on eyes. In other words, he's like, look at me, I'm so great. Also, he shouldn't walk in a manner which makes him look arrogant. Harabam brings the example of heel to toe. In other words, walk very slow in the marketplace or outside. And on these type of people, it says in Yeshaya, walking and measuring as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. הלכה י"ט, ט"ו. ולא ירוס ברשות רבים וינהוג בשיגעון. כבעלי חטוטרת, I believe it's חטוטרת in the original, in the some more correct גרסאות. In any event, a Chacham shouldn't be running outside and he should not act in a way which crazy people act. ולא יכפוף קומתו כבעלי חטוטרת או חטורת, and he shouldn't bend his back like a hunchback, אלא מסתכל למטה כמו שהוא עומד בתפילה ומהלך בשווה כאדם שהוא תלוי בעסקיו. But rather, Chacham, when he's walking outside, he's looking downward as if he was in a praying position. We will see more of the praying position in Hilchot Tefillah. But when somebody prays, he's not supposed to be looking straight, not supposed to be looking up, but rather looking downwards. Okay, I'm not saying to look down, to put your head all the way down, but rather downwards in a position, in a balanced way. Okay, and he should look. And he should look. He should be walking in a way, as if he was occupied in some sort of errand or some business. הלכה ט"ז. גם במהלכו של אדם ניכר אם חכם בעל דעה הוא או שוטה וזכר. וכן אמר שלמה בחוכמתו וגם במחילה, וכן אמר שלמה בחוכמתו וגם בדרך כששכל הולך לבו חסר ועמל לכל שכל הוא. Another Chacham, also in the way he walks, also in the way a person walks, it is noticeable whether or not he is a Chacham. If he's a Chacham, if he's a shoteh, if he's a sachal, if he's a wisdomful person, or he's a person with no wisdom, or he's a unique person, or stupid person. And so has said Shlomo in his King Solomon in his wisdom, ye also, when a fool walks in a certain way, his understanding faileth him, and he says to everyone that he is a fool. In other words, and we all see this, meaning that he himself proclaims to everybody that he's a fool. מודיע לכל על עצמו שהוא שחל. הלכה י"ז. מלבוש תלמיד חכמים, מלבוש נאה, נקי. ואסור לו שימעשה בבגדו כתם או שמנונית וכיוצא בה. The way in which a Talmid Chacham must dress, he has to dress with becoming and clean clothes. Yes? And it's forbidden for him to have a spot of grease or anything of the like, anything of unclean nature on his clothing. ולא ילבוש לא מלבוש מלכים, כגון בגדי זהב וארגמן שהכל מסתכלים בהן, ולא מלבוש עניים שהוא מבזה את לובשיו, אלא בגדים בינוניים נעים. And he should not dress in the clothing of kings like gold and argaman. Argaman is a special purple dye that was used for the kings in olden times, and that everybody looks and sees, wow, look at this person, look at the beautiful Armani suit that this guy is wearing, $2,500 suit. Yeah? And also, he shouldn't be dressed in clothing of the poor, rather average, nice, clean clothing which respect their wearers, and nothing, nothing too haughty, nothing that people are going to nothing head turning, but rather something average. Can't stress enough how much the previous halacha is so important, really very important halacha. ולא יהיה בשרו נראה מתחת מדיו כמו בגדי הפשתן הקלים ביותר שעושים במצרים. And his skin shouldn't be seen under his clothing like in linen clothing, because linen is very pretty see-through, especially the Egyptian linen. ולא יהיו בגדיו סחובים על הארץ כמו בגדי גסי הרוח, אלא עד עקבו. ובית יד שלו עד ראשי אצבעותיו. And also his clothing shouldn't be too long, too large on him, like those of the arrogant, and I think Harambam is alluding here to certain types of priests which used to dress in an exaggerated way, where they would have their clothing way too long for them and like covering everything, just to show how you know, how modest they are. Rather, it should be ad akevo, till his foot, till his ankle, and till his wrist. Sorry, till the end of his fingers. Nothing more than that. ולא ישלשל טליתו מפני שנראה כגסי הרוח, אלא בשבת בלבד, אם אין לו לה חליף. And also the talit, they used to wear the talit in a way, the way we wear the talit now is officially, I think, shilshul talit, where we have it all the way opened. Maybe not 100%, but in any event, as we could still see till today in the Yemenite, in Ahaynu HaTemanim, the Yemenites, they don't have their talit fully opened. Rather, they have the talit folded in half around them, around their backs. And what Harabban is saying here, do not open your talit all the way, because it looks like the way the arrogant people used to look, the way the arrogant people are trying to show people how nice they look. But rather, only on Shabbat, she's allowed to do this if he does not have another garment for Shabbat, another special talit for Shabbat. And yeah, right. I mean, also right. So the garment, exactly. So if he doesn't have another garment for Shabbat, so he is allowed to do so to show, so to speak, change, that he's dressed extra nice for Shabbat. ולא ילבוש מנעלים מתולעים כבגד תלה על גבי תלה בימות החמה, אבל בימות הגשמים מותר אם היה עני. And also his shoes, he shouldn't wear shoes that have, so to speak, a collage of different different cloths, you know, consisting of the shoe, which look very, unrespectable. And this is only in the summer. However, in the winter, if he doesn't have anything to wear and he's a hacham and he just doesn't have money and that's what he has, so of course he could do it to help himself get out of the cold. Halacha yotet. לא ישים מבוסם לשוק, ולא בבגדים מבוסמים, ולא ישים בושם בשערו. So a hacham, it's not permitted for a hacham to go out to the marketplace with nice smelling incense, and neither with clothing with special incense. Also, he's not allowed to put incense in his shoes, perfume in his shoes, okay, and in his hair, mehila. But if he needed to put perfume on his body or on his wherever else to take away the bad smell, to deodorize, then it is permitted. This halacha, okay, I'm going to finish the halacha. וכן לא יעשה יחידי בלילה, because it's אלא אם היה לו זמן קבוע לשאת בו לתלמודו, כל אלו מפני החשד. And so also a hacham shouldn't leave his abode alone at night unless he had a set time for Talmud Torah, and it was known, this hacham leaves every night at X hour to study Torah. All these are mipnei hashad, to not arise suspicion. Because if somebody leaves his house and he goes to a marketplace or so on with perfume, people are going to think that he is involved in some promiscuous activities. And so also if he goes alone outside at night, they're going to think he's involved in promiscuous activities. So the hacham should be careful how he looks also to those outside of him. Halakha kaf. Tamid hachamim. מכלכל דבריו במשפט, אוכל ושותה וזן את אנשי ביתו כפי ממונו והצלחתו, ולא יטריח על עצמו יותר מדי. חכם, he adjusts the way he acts and the way he lives in a smart way. In other words, in a calculated way. He feeds and clothes his family, right? He feeds and clothes his family based on how much money he has and based on his on how successful he is, and he shouldn't overdo himself when it comes to those things. כף א' סיבוך חכמים בדרכי ארץ שלא יאכל אדם בשר אלא לתיאבון, שנאמר כי תאווה נפשך לאכול בשר, די לבריא לאכולו מערב שבת לערב שבת, ואם היה עשיר כדי לאכול בשר בכל יום אוכל. So proper way, or the proper way in which one should eat meat is only, so to speak, to fulfill the physical need, the physical lust that a person has to eat meat. In other words, everybody has some sort of temptation for meat, and if you eat meat, it should only be in a way to fulfill this need. And yes, we are fulfilling, because people do have temptations. It's not good to have too many temptations. It's good to work and not become engulfed in your temptations. But yes, people do have temptations, and therefore the derech eres, the correct way, or the way the Hachamim prescribed, is that a person should eat meat only to fulfill this need. And the person, a healthy person, it's enough for him to eat meat from Erev Shabbat to Erev Shabbat, from Friday night to Friday night. And if he's rich enough to eat meat every day, then he may. Halacha kaf bet. Sivu Hachamim ve'amiru. לעולם יאכל אדם פחות מן הראוי לו, לפי ממונו וילבוש כראוי לו, ויכבד אשתו ובניו יותר מן הראוי לו. So Hachamim commanded, always should a person eat a little bit less than what he should, based on his income, based on his prosperity. וילבוש כראוי לו, but he should be dressed in a way which respects him, of course. ויכבד אשתו ובניו יותר מן הראוי לו, and he should respect his children and wife more than what he would respect himself. In other words, this is to put emphasis on how much a Hacham has to have respect, not just for himself. Oh, he studies Torah, so I have respect for himself. No, also he has to respect his family. He's in charge of them, and by the way, and when he feeds them and so on, it's a type of tzedakah as well. Halacha kaf gimel. Derech ba'alei de'ah שיקבע לו אדם מלאכה המפרנסת אותו תחילה, ואחר כך יקנה בית דירה, ואחר כך יישא אישה. So the way of the sensible people is that a man should first find a מלאכה that's מפרנסת אותו, a job which allows him money, which gives him money, which so he's financially stable. And then afterwards, after he has this stable job, he should buy a house, he should buy an abode. And only then should he marry. שנאמר, מי האיש אשר נטע כרם ולא חיללו, אשר בנה בית חדש, אשר ירס אישה. Right. And one man in English, and one man is there that built a new house and did not dedicated it, and a man that had planted a vineyard and it didn't use the fruit of it, and a man that married a woman and did not take her, in other words, and did not take her into his house. So this is the order that was given in the Torah, that was in the Pasuk, in a completely unrelated manner, in going out to war. But still, from here we see, so to speak, the correct order in which one should organize his life. Avar tipshim, but the stupid people, yes, what do? They first מתחילים לישא אישה, ואחר כך אם תמצא ידו יקנה בית, ואחר כך בסוף ימיו יחזור לבקש אומנות או יתפרנס מן הצדקה. וכך הוא אומר ויתפרנס מן הצדקה. But it's a fool, he does it in the reverse. First he gets married, right? Doesn't have any financial stability. Then, if he can, he buys a house, and only then, and only afterwards, at the end of his days, he goes and he looks for some sort of job and to help finance himself, or he gets money from tzedakah, and so it says in Kelalot in the Sefer Devarim, in curses, the order changes from what was previously stated. Isha te'ares, bait tivne, kerem tita. First, the woman will be engaged, then a house will be built, and only then a vineyard shall be planted. In other words, kelomar יהיו מעשיך הפוכים, כדי שלא תצליח דרכיך. ובברכה מה הוא אומר, ויהי דוד לכל דרכיו משכיל ואדוני עמו. In other words, these people, in a cursed way, our actions will be hapuchin, they will be upside down. And contrary to this, what does it say in a blessed situation? Vayhi David lechol derachav maskil v'Adonai imo. If somebody, and David was, in all the ways in which he went and acted, he was wise in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. In other words, if somebody acts wise and calculated in all his ways, then God will be with him. Halakha kafhe. אסור לאדם להפקיר או להקדיש כל נכסיו ויטריח על הבריות, ולא ימכור שדה ויקנה בית, ולא בית ויקנה מטלטלין, או יעשה סחורה בדמי ביתו, אבל מוכר okay. So also it is forbidden for a person to give away, okay, or to give away, you know, to everybody, or להקדיש כל נכסיו, which means to give to בית המקדש, to the temple, right, to holy, for holy matters, right, and therefore he will be a burden on society, asking, you know, because he'll need their support. And also, so, right, he shouldn't cause such a thing. Also, he shouldn't sell his field in order to buy a house. And he shouldn't sell a house in order to buy his, movables, right? Or he shouldn't engage in merchandise with proceeds of his house, right? All these things all these things are you're supposed to try to, okay, in the continuation of the halakha he says it, אבל מוכר ומטלטלין וקונה שדה, כללו של מחילה, ולא בית וקנה מטלטלין, או יעשה סחורה בדמי ביתו, אבל מוכר ומטלטלין וקונה שדה, כללו של הדבר, ישים מגמתו להצליח נכסיו, לא להתנאות מעט, לפי שעה או ליהנות מעט והפסיד הרבה. A person should always be smart in his business, in the way he conducts his business, always to make sure he gets more out of his business and not less, and should not do things for enjoyment, for a little bit of temporary joy, but rather should think forward how he could forward his business and sustain his financial stability, and so on. Halakha kafvav. מסענו מתנן של תלמידי חכמים באמת ובאמונה. אומר עליו לה ועל הין. The conduct of business of תלמידי חכמים is in truth and good faith. He says and why truth and good faith? He's true to those around him, and he has faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He has faith in God that he will help him in his business. And he says he says everything like it is. מדקדק על עצמו בחשבון, ונותן ומבטל לאחרים כשיקח מהן, ולא ידקדק עליהן, ונותן דמי הלקח לאלתר. He's always precise in himself, in mathematically, in amounts of money. And if he has to give up a tiny bit to give somebody, it's okay. He doesn't mind doing so, and he's not very stingy and restricted on others. And also noten de mehalekach lealtar. Also, he gives and also he gives the money for a product that he bought immediately as the bargain is made, and he shouldn't become a surety for others, nor be a trustee or an agent. An arev is somebody, I'll give you a quick example. Let's say I owe you money. Let's say Shimon owes Levi money. So he'll tell Reuven, please listen, I need you to be my surety for me, so that if I cannot pay my friend that I owe him money, Levi, then you'll pay instead of me and I'll pay you back. So to speak, so the person, because they're friends, because Levi and Reuven are friends, because Shimon and Reuven are friends, so they, so to speak, to make sure Shimon doesn't get into financial difficulty. That is a surety. Kablan is a trustee, and lo yavo beharsha'a also shouldn't, in all these things, a person shouldn't stick himself into a situation in which he doesn't have to put himself into, which may cause him financial instability. Halakha kaf zayin. מחייב עצמו בדברי מקח וממכר. במקום שלא חייבה אותו תורה, כדי שיעמוד בדיבורו ולא ישנהו. Right. So a Hacham, he does not, he always, even in places where the Torah didn't prescribe him to do so, if he promised a certain something in business, even if he realizes, oh, later on the halakha is not on my side, meaning I'm not doing, the halakha does not command me to do so, he still does so. Why? Because he's a Hacham, and people expect him to stick to his word. He says something, he says he's going to do X, and then he finds out X isn't necessarily, he doesn't necessarily need to do X even if he said so. Nevertheless, he acts upon his word to not make the word of a Talmid Hacham cheap. However, if others owe him, okay, halachically, they're commanded to give him back some sort of sums of money. He doesn't mind being a little benevolent and less constricted. And also he doesn't mind giving, money and does it in a gracious way. He's not always running after the money. And he shouldn't enter into his friend's business. In other words, take away from a person's business in a unhalachic way, not in a bad way. And I'll give an example to this. For instance, if I have a friend that opens a store, and it's the only pharmacy in town, and then I open a pharmacy right next to him, I just took away all the guy's business. This is all true. How except one case, when it comes to teaching Torah to young children, the halakha permits to open as many Talmudei Torah as you want. You could open as many Torah schools as you want. And a Talmid Chacham should be careful not to cause anybody harm or bother or oppress in this world in anything related to the physical world. We're finishing now. כללו של הדבר יהיה מן הנרדפים ולא מן הרודפים, מן הנעלבים ולא מן העולבים, ואדם שהוא עושה כל המעשים האלו וכיוצא בהן, עליו הכתוב אומר, ויאמר לי, עבדי אתה ישראל אשר בך אתפאר. And the general rule is, a hacham should be from those that are pursued and not the pursuers. He should be among those that are insulted but not in the insulting party. Because a person and a person who acts like this, that isn't always restricted and very, very careful with people when it comes to his own money, but suddenly when it comes to paying people back, he's less person who's honest and precise. On this type of person, it says in the book of Yeshaya, and he said to me, "Thou art my servant, Israel, who I will be glorified." In other words, this is the Israel. This type of person, he's the type of person who glorifies Am Yisrael and glorifies Israel. And this is the way a Hacham should act. But obviously, the way we should all strive to act in this way, and all strive to act in the most precise, in the nicest way to people, to those who are around us, as long as we can. And always, always, always remember to be fair with others. Bezrat Hashem, we'll be continuing tomorrow. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.